So I think it's important to compare apples to apples. So yesterday went to the gym and basically did the 45-degree hyper like a madman. I did something like 8 or 9 sets in total, maybe even 10. I think I did 3 or 4 before the squat and then 5 after the squat. So and that was a set of 20 each time. And so, did my thing, went home, and I kept thinking about GHD versus 45-degree hyper. And I kept thinking about, what's better? And then I thought about, could I somehow mimic this with a barbell? Could I somehow mimic, the stimulation that I get, in the posterior chain, the hamstring, the glute, just from a barbell? Because really, when you think about a 45-degree hyper, all it really is just hip extension. The only difference is that the top portion, like when you're fully on the top portion, because of your kind of leaning forward, there's a high degree of pressure on the posterior chain to keep you erect. And I thought to myself, well, number one, usually when I do deadlifts, I'll do sets of 10. Why don't I do a set of 20? So this morning, as you can see here, I decided to do sets of 20. And yeah, of course, my hamstrings were lit and my glutes were lit. But my glutes were lit in a different way. Like, it's really weird. So my glutes were lit kind of on the outside portions, whereas with the 45-degree hyper, I kind of felt it like really high up on the glute and inside. Kind of like it's a different kind of angle. Now, when we're thinking about the squat, this is why I'm doing it. Which is better? I'm not sure the answer to that. Although I know that after I did the 45-degree hyper, I felt hell fluidy, man. I felt like I was ready to squat. Everything underneath me was stable. I just felt warmed. So it's something I'm going to experiment for the next couple of days. I won't do sets of 10 anymore. I'll do sets of 20. This morning I did a set of 5. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, it's work day today, so I'm rushing through this workout to get ready and go to work. But I'm going to really try and emphasize sets of 20 to see if my hamstrings and glutes respond to this. I think it's really important to compare apples to apples. The thing with home gyms is that you're limited with space. So even that 45-degree hyper is kind of small, the GHD is just a mammoth, huge thing. Where am I going to put this, man? Do you know what I mean? Like, where am I going to put it? So anyway, I'm just extending the thoughts that I had last night in terms of what device I'm going to get. But anyway, so yesterday was cool to squat on flat ground. And yeah, so this morning I kind of just messed around with positioning. Once again, outside the rack. I think the block of the slab of concrete that's ahead of my rack is a lot more level. Inside the rack, there's like a 3mm fall. Outside the rack, it's like 2, maybe 1. And so in this video, you'll see, I'm facing away from the camera now, but I think for the last set I was facing forwards. But yeah, today, feeling it, man. I really was feeling it. I'm not feeling strong at all. Yesterday, I hit the 200 for both the deadlift and the squat. I didn't, like I said to you, I did a whole lot of 45-degree hypers, and I feel it. I'm feeling a lot less poppy, just feeling fatigued. So the plan today was just to, like always, go to a weight until the bar kind of slows down. So this was 140, kind of happy. Took it to 160 and really called it a day. You'll see why. I paused it, but I didn't have that acceleration out of the bottom. So I thought I could have gone 180, of course. You can always go more. But at what expense? Loss of form, loss of technique, throwing in muscles that shouldn't be thrown into the mix. So I'll check this out now. This is the first time I'm watching it as well. Descent was good. Sit in the hole and out. Yeah, looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. But obviously 180 not in me today. And then finished off with really light. This is 5 kilos here, just unilateral work. And what I realized, it's really weird. I'm weird. Like, I'm right-handed, right hand dominant, but I'm left leg dominant. I've always been like that ever since a kid. So what I found was, I don't know whether it was because of yesterday or whatever, but I could just easily do 20 reps with the right leg of these hamstring curls. But the left leg, basically rep 15, I'm working hard. And right now, as I'm sitting here and recording this voiceover, my left hammy is lit, absolutely lit. Like I feel like I'm gonna get DOMS tomorrow from it, whereas the right feels like it's done nothing. So it's really, really weird how the body works. A lot of you guys have said to me unilateral work is very, very important. I hear you, but you don't want to be. I don't know. I feel like if you do unilateral work for every single exercise that you can, all of a sudden your exercise selection is 5 million. You don't want to be doing that many exercises. But I think it's important to throw in a exercise once upon a time, just to see what's up. I know the left hamstring's now an area that needs to be worked. This is super lightweight. This is 5 kilos. Obviously, like if I put on more weight, I can do more weight. But you guys also mentioned it. When you're doing both legs hamstring curls, there's a tendency of you hyperextending your back. So then it becomes less of a hamstring exercise and more of like a whole body swinging thing. So I didn't want to do that. This is just purely focusing on the hamstring. Feels good. I really like this exercise. It's not the best exercise, I get it, but it really hits the hamstring in a different way. And I really like that little bit of pump that it gives me. All right, guys, I better run off to work and earn some money. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.